Have you ever thought that manifestation is so hard? You keep trying so hard to manifest something and you just seem to never be able to have it? Well, I've come across the thoughts just going over some things in my morning meditations and stuff where I had the manifestations before I was conscious of them. But first, we can just go over one of the quick techniques that I like to use. For me, my favorite technique is imagining a scene in which implies that my manifestation, the thing that I already want, has already come true. So, in this example, I wanted a new car. I wanted a new vehicle, but I didn't quite have the money to buy one. So I have a old little Accord, Honda Accord, and in Colorado sometimes the winters get hard. So an old car and super cold weather isn't really a good mix for this car. So I was like, man, I really need a new car. I really need a new car. And I kept saying this over and over. I was like, I need a new car. Like, why isn't this manifestation thing working? And what I realized was I already had it. See, I work in like a construction oversight type of job. So when I go to work, I always have a company vehicle. And it got to the point that I was at a certain site so often that they just said, hey, just take the truck. Instead of you having to drive all the way to the office, then drive to the site, do what you have to do, then drive back to the office, and then drive home. They said, hey, just take the truck with you. You know? So every single day, I had the truck to go to work. And then if it was like really snowy, but I happened to be off, I'd still have the truck in my parking lot, and I just take the truck and go grocery shopping real quick. I never use it too much because it still is a company vehicle, but at the same time, if it's less than a mile away, I felt like I was okay to get away with it. But what I didn't notice was I indeed actually had a new vehicle. I didn't even have to buy the new vehicle. I was just given the quote quote ownership of it for the period in which I needed it. And I held on to it for months really. And I pretty much had it all throughout the winter, and it saved miles on my car that I still have. And hopefully within a reasonable time frame, I have a better car and a newer car. But that's just a good example of having your manifestation before you are conscious of it. I wanted a new vehicle. I didn't have to go buy a new vehicle. I just had one. I had a vehicle that was reliable. It had heat, and it got me from A to B reliably. But I just wasn't aware of it because I wanted it to come in a certain way. A lot of people, when they try to manifest things, they say, okay, well, if I can do this manifestation thing, it should come to me in like a nice big gift wrap with a nice big red bow on it every time I want it. But that's just the thing. It comes in a very random way, in a way that's above our level of thinking. No matter how conscious you are, it will come in a way that exceeds your expectations. Let me give you another example. This isn't mine in person, but for people, a lot of people, they want to manifest love in their lives. Well, you can always think about it, and sometimes even me just telling you this, you might think about something a little bit differently. Everyone wants love in their life. Some people don't yet, and they will keep getting circumstances and instances in their life that will keep enforcing the fact that they don't want love. But for most of us lovers out there, we say, oh, I want love, but I'm willing to wait and let it happen the way it's supposed to be. Let's just say you want love, and you have a friend that you always talk to, and he or she is always, ready to, be there for you, always ready to let you cry on their shoulder, always ready to do this and that. Oh, but they're just a friend. Oh, I don't want to ruin the friendship. I don't want to do this and that. Sometimes you're blocking your own blessings with that type of thinking. You can have a friend that's always around you. You feel that's the only person you feel comfortable with. That's the only person you feel like yourself with, but you don't want to ruin things because of that fear is blocking you from pursuing it. If there's such a good friend for you right now and nothing crazy happens, you'll be okay. Even if the relationship doesn't work, you had the love that you so desired. And it felt good for that while until you realized that, hey, maybe a romantic relationship just isn't the move. And hopefully you both are respectable adults that you can say, we can still have a nice, loving friendship. You still have the love, but you just had to go through a different bridge of incident to get to that point and to get to that conclusion. All the things are there. If you want, let's just say money, for example. All people always want money because in this world, we need it. You know, and you might say, well, I don't have commas in my bank account. I don't have a Rolls Royce. I don't have a butler. Blah blah blah. First of all, stop talking about the things you don't have. If you want this to work, you have to imagine in your mind, in your subconscious mind, whatever you want to call it, that you already have it. So what would you do if you had this already? How would you feel? How would you act? How would you, portray yourself? Because all of that is your energy. It's your aura. And in my last videos, the universe reacts to your energy instead of, I don't have this, I don't have that. Well, if you keep saying that, you see how my shoulders instinctively dropped? It's like, I don't have this, I don't have that. The universe only hears that down emotion. So that's what's going to keep giving you. So in regards to money, let's just say you want money. Most of us do. You will be like, I envision myself never working again. I'm in nice luxurious hotels. I am living, or I'm walking around my big mansion with my nice silk suit or a silk robe, some Hugh Hefner stuff, But when you wake up from that and you felt so good there, you come back down and you start talking about what you don't have. Well, you might have to think about it. You might have a talent. You might sit around your room and you might be playing a drum all the time, but no one would ever listen to me. You might be playing the saxophone, you might draw, you might sing, you might just have great ideas that you don't want to put out in the world because you're fearful of the judgment, of the reactions. Use that, because what happens is you never know what's going to happen. I'm not saying expect to hit it big every single time, because usually most things are a journey. But hey, that could be my own limiting belief. If you believe, boom, you can snap to it, then go for it. I'm never going to stop you. There's enough abundance in the world and enough success in the world for everybody, But you might have a gift, or there's something that you keep putting yourself down on. If you're really good at building computers, people think it's really hard. It's really not. Computers are almost like Legos. You just put the right pieces in there, boom, 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 connect the right things, and you're good to go. And you can do that for people because people don't think that they can do it. So hey, if it's something so simple can be done, go do that. For me, I've become more comfortable sharing my thoughts with people because in my free time, a lot of people say, oh, you have a lot of good ideas. I'm like, sure, but I was putting myself down. I was undervaluing myself. And if the universe only hears me undervaluing myself, I'll continue to keep doing that. You see what I'm saying? But I got to the point now where it's like, I don't really care about the money. I don't really care about the fame or, the judgment. Why should I? I don't care about these things. I'm really good at doing these single takes and just talking to you. I'm really good at that because, a little bit about me, I used to have social anxiety bad. If there was more than like 8 people in the room, I'd be in the corner like grasping at my chest, hyperventilating, tearing, uncontrollable, and just blacking out. It was rough, And this came from my college experiences, and I will make a video about that. But, if I were to continue to keep letting that down me and keep letting that stop me from doing what I actually love doing, I'd never succeed, because the universe keeps hearing me self-pity, fear, all that, but now I'm just like, what? I am good at this. I don't care if 5 people watch this video. I don't care if 50,000 people watch this video. I don't care if 499,999 people hate my video. I'm going to keep putting them out there. Why? Because this is what I like doing. If I like to talk to myself and give these speeches to myself for free in my room and just talk and walk around and just talk to myself, why not, give this to you, So find your skill, find your passion, and heck, go searching around your old closets, look for that hand-me-down grandma and grandpa gave you, and they passed it down from their generations. That might be worth a lot of money. You never know. You might be sitting on a chair that's worth $10,000. You might have an old teapot collection or something like that that's worth a lot of money. You might have some old thing that you're like, what is this? And you find out it's worth a lot of money. Get creative. Or like I said in another video, let things happen. Don't force it. Don't let things stop you. Let the good blessings come into your life. Let them. Just sit back and say, hey, I have no clue how it's going to happen, but I'm going to follow my intuition. If I feel like I want to do something, do it. If I feel like, oh, maybe I should look through this old box today. Oh, wow. And then, it's an infinite array of things that can happen. But I hope that advice helped you out a lot. Please let me know if you need any guidance or any help or any ideas in the comments section, or feel free to email me. Hope you guys have a good one. Take care.